Hello, everybody. This is Elijah.
And this is Luke.
And we are the Eagles of Steel. So.
Oh, what a week last week. My brain's fried,
Yeah, this season is cooked.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
We're only 4 weeks in, and this season's just cooked.
We only know what to pick, honestly, today.
Yeah, last week I went 7-9. He went 5-11.
Oh, if you're wondering, one of the bye weeks for the teams this week is the Chargers, by the way.
Yeah, Chargers, Eagles, Lions,
Titans. It's Tennessee.
Yes. But just a little recap of last week before we get started. It's like the Rams and Bears game. That was like what? Oh yeah, the Bengals Panthers. Bengals won. It was like whatever game, I guess. Saints lost to the Falcons because of a 57-yard field goal at the last seconds of the game. You had the Texans beating the Jaguars barely. You had the Jets losing to the Broncos. Aaron Rodgers choked it.
There's a lot going on.
I think Steelers lost. Eagles lost. Bills got slaughtered by Baltimore. Just what happened this weekend? But anyway,
let's get right in.
Let's just jump right in. So,
and just to tell people now, we are not doing
a Thursday night live stream due to a lot of busy scheduling for this guy right here mainly, but also for me too. I have some stuff going on this evening or that evening. So,
anyways, well, we can tell you guys what the scores are because we're not watching it.
Yes.
So, what we have for Thursday night's game, so it's just Tampa Bay at Atlanta.
Yes, and obviously, by the time this video is uploaded, the game's probably going to be already done, but which means we're probably going to look really stupid on if we say anything with it. But I'm going to say Baker Mayfield probably has a really good game against the Falcons defense. I think it's going to be just a fun game all around. I have the Buccaneers winning in Atlanta 31-23.
I actually have Atlanta winning 28-25.
And another, I know it's going to be an interesting game regardless, so I'm not...
It's the NFL, anything is that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if Atlanta won this game. But
anyways, was it a London game or Germany game?
It's London.
The London game, Sunday morning, 9:30 a.m. New York Jets at the Minnesota Vikings. Now,
so like we just said, the Jets lost to the Denver Broncos, but after having their quarterback have -7 yards in the first half of the game, and they still lost to that quarterback.
Boo! You stink!
I know. this NFL season, man.
Anyways.
But then they're facing the Vikings, who barely squeaked by against the Green Bay Packers. After they had a huge lead, but they almost choked it. But they did. So they're still undefeated. They're 4-0, and they are definitely the way better team here, in my opinion. Which is why I'm going with the New York Jets.
You what?
Because Aaron Rodgers always has a weird way of beating the Vikings, and it's gonna be a 22-21 Jets.
I actually thought you were gonna say Minnesota there because I also picked the New York Jets 24-21.
I'm just going from history and knowing that Aaron Rodgers is always able to beat the Vikings.
I just have this feeling the Jets can't beat Minnesota. It's time to give them a taste of the medicine.
Yeah, a little reality check. Packers almost gave him that, but not this week.
But I think Aaron Rodgers will.
Yeah.
Anyways, onto the 1 p.m. slate. Carolina at Chicago. Now, okay. Really?
This game's a little harder to choose than I thought it was going to be because the Bears have been kind of very inconsistent, and the Panthers have gotten a little bit better once Andy Dalton started. So I originally I was going to choose the Bears just because I had to. Because they were going to be the clear, obvious team. But now it's not the clear, obvious pick.
It's actually a toss-up.
I know. And I'm actually sticking with the Bears to win this game, 24-17, but not because of quarterback play, because dang not, their quarterback's not good. But their defense is good. So I believe that the Bears defense will hold against this Panthers offense. So there you go. How about you?
I'm taking the upset. Give me Carolina 18-15. Don't be surprised if they
18-15, I love that score.
Yeah, I know. Weird score, isn't it?
Yeah, it's probably going to be one of those weird games.
Now, for this guy's lock, Cleveland at Washington.
Yeah, Washington, dude. Their offense has been firing all cylinders. Jane Daniels is looking like Rookie of the Year right now.
I see anyway.
At least NFC's Rookie of the Year. Just outstanding quarterback play. Easily like the best quarterback pick of the draft. Caleb Williams was a bust. Obviously, we were seeing that still. But the thing is, the Commanders have a solid run game. Very consistent, like, throw of the football. But yeah, Washington's going to win this game 31-13.
I actually have a similar score of Washington, 31-14.
Well, yeah, we're not playing
I had a similar score.
Yeah, like,
It's
Browns are just awful. Deshaun Watson's terrible, and yeah, it's the Browns. Like, we all knew this was coming.
Anyways, next up, I'm very confused on this one. Miami at New England. Miami with no quarterback and New England offense looking absolute terrible too. I think it's going to be a slugfest.
It's going to be the
score.
ugliest, stupidest game of the week. Nobody's going to care to watch it. Yeah, like,
It's going to be very slow scoring.
yeah, like the Dolphins starting quarterback is literally Tyler Huntley, who has a fake Pro Bowl appearance.
Okay.
Yeah, well, because like the one year, like he made the Pro Bowl because all the other guys were injured,
Right.
or or roughed up or whatever. So he made it by technicality.
Damn there, you give me a hand up.
So,
But problem is, for Miami, no quarterback. And they
Yeah.
can't throw it to their weapons.
which is why I'm going with the New England Patriots to squeak by a win, 11-8.
I have a similar situation, low score affair, New England winning 10-7.
Okay, I just know it's going to be a stupid looking game. There's probably going to be a lot of defensive garbage. Hill has been one of the most useless fantasy picks I've ever had. And because there's no Tua.
If Tua was healthy, then
Then that still would have been fine. But nope. Now with no quarterback to it, like Tyreek Hill's pretty much useless.
Indy at Jacksonville next. Now, don't count Jacksonville out. They had a close matchup with the Houston Texans. So,
Yeah, I know.
but Indy also just,
They did just come off a huge win against the Pittsburgh Steelers. My heart's still hurting, but
oh, you're fine. You're still leading the division. You're fine.
I know we are. But the Ravens got closer. Now I'm like, no. But
Anyways, give me Indy to win this one, 21-18.
yeah, because like I know, like so I'm pretty sure Anthony Richardson's gonna be out for this game. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Joe Flacco starting. But the thing is, he's still a sensational quarterback. He's still good, and that's why I'm gonna choose the Jacksonville Jaguars to win this game. Instead, because the Jaguars always win against the Indianapolis Colts at home, and it's in Jacksonville.
Do you do your
So-
research for that?
Yes, it did.
Well,
so I'm taking
like I
the
said-
Jaguars to win 21-18 in the nail biter.
Oh, flip that around, and I have Indy winning 21-18.
That's funny, actually.
That one around.
Yeah, Jacksonville. Like Colts haven't won in Jacksonville for like at least 5-6 years now.
Well, we just saw Detroit beat Seattle in
That is true.
first breaker. So
I know that was one, but I just have.
I feel like that's
Jaguars
gonna
are going to
happen.
try to get back on track with this.
I feel like that's going to happen again.
And also, if the Jaguars don't win this game, there's a chance that Doug Peterson's probably gone.
You're fired!
The next game of the 1 o'clock games, Buffalo at Houston.
The game of the week, in my opinion.
yeah.
Two powerhouses going at it.
Yes, Buffalo did just come off a devastating loss against Baltimore.
Yeah.
But that was just a reality check right there for Buffalo.
Interesting stat for both of these guys because like I said, I did a lot of research before I was picking these because I'm trying to get at the best, most accurate I can. So Bills, their 3 opponents, they barely squeaked by the Arizona Cardinals. They beat up the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they also beat up the they beat up the Miami Dolphins, but without Tua, pretty much.
Okay, so they've gotten by
they've like
scot-free.
yeah. While the Houston Texans,
They had to work for their...
they've squeaked by pretty much all their wins, and then they got slaughtered by Minnesota.
That was Minnesota, though, so...
So it's kind of like both teams are very similar, as in they are beating bad teams and losing to really, really good teams, like the Ravens and the Vikings.
Anyways, our pick.
So I'm actually gonna say Josh Allen gets a bounce back win and wins 28-24 in Houston.
I have a similar score, but I have Houston winning 27-24.
Yeah, it was a hard one to pick because it's going to be a good game regardless. I just think the Bills, I think they're going to really bounce back after getting absolutely smoked by Baltimore. So we'll see what happens.
Now, another game that was hard to pick, Baltimore at Cincy.
Since both teams coming off big wins, except, Ravens coming off a big win. The Bengals just coming off a win, mainly. But
a win that they needed.
They needed a win. And Joe Burrow is still looking pretty good this season, as much as they've squeaked losses out.
It's their defense.
Defense is just choking so bad. And then the Ravens shows how good you can be when you have run the ball with Derrick Henry.
Hail to the king, baby.
But this is in Cincy, though. You got to keep that in mind first.
Yeah, I know for this game, Lamar Jackson versus Joe Burrow is always going to be a good matchup. The Ravens have had Burrow's number for a bit, which is why I'm going to go with the Cincinnati Bengals to win this game, because it's a division game, and my division is the most unpredictable in the entire league, and it's going to be a 31-28 Bengals victory.
I say since he's winning this, 24-17.
You're going with the Bengals too. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I thought I was going to be the only one doing that, but okay.
Nope. Anyways, now onto the 4 or 5 games. First one being the Las Vegas Raiders at the Denver Broncos. And this one is
pass. I guess we have to by technicality.
Pass.
Yeah. Josh, there's not much to talk about here. Bo Nix looked pretty bad against the Jets, even though he won, even though they are on a 2-game winning streak. And then the Raiders are just squeaking by whatever win they get. Except they did beat the Ravens, so that is impressive. All in all, I'm going to just give the win to the Raiders just because Max Crosby is going to be back for this game. And that was the one they missed for the Browns. And the Raiders always beat the Broncos. I can't remember the last time Denver beat Las Vegas. So that's why I'm going with the Raiders to get the W, 17-13.
I have also a similar score and also took the Las Vegas Raiders 17-14.
Yeah, somebody's got to keep up with the Chiefs somehow.
Yeah, that's fair.
Anyway, you got Cardinals at 49ers.
Division game, very unpredictable.
Yes.
We don't know what can happen.
49ers still injury riddled because they're still without CMC. A lot of their offense is beat up. There's a chance Kittle might not play.
Debo is
I think Debo's back, but there's a chance Kittle might miss.
But they've been winning games without CMC.
There's a chance that Fred Warner might be out.
I know. I heard about that.
Because of because he had injured in that last game. There's just so many beat up Niners that are possibly not going to play. And then you got the Arizona Cardinals, who are just there.
Could you not be yourself? For 5 minutes!
They're just there.
They got absolutely decimated by the Washington Commanders, 42-14 last week. Ouch. And that was good enough for me to choose the 49ers to squeak by a win. And I say squeak by, I mean only a 4-point victory, 20-16.
I also picked the Niners as well. I took them 28-20.
Yeah. I just think they're going to barely squeak by that game. It's the Cardinals' defense, I feel like, is going to play much better against a division opponent.
Now, this one, could we pass on this one, please? This is an obvious. Actually, not really.
Quite.
4:25 game.
Giants
at
Seahawks.
Seattle.
This is definitely not a pushover game. However, there is going to be a clear winner just because the one team has a way better quarterback and better receivers and better running back and pretty much better everything, which is the Seattle Seahawks.
Kenneth Walker 3 rushing TDs last week against the Detroit Lions.
Interesting that somebody had him and they still didn't win their game. But
I know someone didn't have him. Well, the rest of this team kaput. So
yeah. But anyway, the Seahawks are going to win this game 27-19. I feel like there's not much to discuss in this one. How about you?
I had it more of a more points scored. I have a 35-21.
Oh, okay. You have more of a blowout, I think.
Yeah. No,
really. Yeah. Yours is more of a blowout. You have a 14-point victory. Mine's only an 8. So
now this next one, another 4:25 game. This one's also interesting. Green Bay at the LA Rams.
Green Bay's not as beat up as they were earlier, but the Rams, though.
Holy crap!
They're still going to be without Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua. They're still going to be without probably a chunk of their defense going this game. Matt Stafford's going to be able to keep it close. That's all I know. But the Packers are going to win this game. Jordan Love, I know he had a terrible game last week, even though he technically still threw for 4 TDs. But he had 3 picks in that first half
and a fumble.
So he was a turnover machine, and he's still not the healthiest yet. But I do think the Packers are going to win this game 26-24 just because the Rams are just too injury riddled, and I don't see how they can win.
I also have a 2-point different, and also picking Green Bay. I have a little lower, 21-19.
Interesting.
I'm a little different, but I think Green Bay is going to have this bounce back win, and they need it. Now to Sunday night's game. 1 will be live streaming.
Yes.
Dallas at Pittsburgh.
And this guy's going to be wearing a Steelers jersey.
I will not be wearing a Steelers jersey.
I'm kidding. He won't be. But
Unless you have another shirt like that, I can.
I wish I did.
But
I'd probably get rid of them all.
here's the problem for Dallas. They're going to be without Brandon Cooks, DeMarcus Lawrence,
and Micah Parsons.
So much pain! So much pain!
Which
Ow.
right there is 3 big top dogs on their team, other than like CeeDee Lamb, but they still.
Literally, their
but-
linebackers and some of their safeties are their saving grace.
and also they're out their top 2 corners too, because I'm pretty sure there's a chance that Diggs is probably not going to be playing, and there's a chance that Durant lands on IR. So the Steelers should have all the momentum going in this game, especially after we come off a loss. Knowing how my Pittsburgh Steelers play, we always bounce back after a loss we shouldn't have taken, and especially going against a former team in the Cowboys that we like to have challenges with. We're gonna be bringing our A game, so I feel confident that the Steelers are gonna win this game, but at the same time, though, not confident enough that it's gonna be not gonna be a nail biter. So it's gonna be a nail biter, 21-20. Pittsburgh.
Wow, you have it closer. I had more of a blowout. I have it 27-14 Pittsburgh.
It's definitely not going to be that. The Steelers are the Steelers never win that in that fashion. The Chargers, that was a 10-point victory, but technically that easily could have been like a 1-score game. But like,
I'd rather Dallas get beat up more than.
I would love to see your score, but I'm just saying, like, realistically, the Steelers are going to make it like a 1-point game to win it.
Anyways, the Monday night game, 8:15, New Orleans at KC.
Yeah, Saints coming off 2 back-breaking losses.
Up with Philly and Atlanta.
Yeah, Philly with a back-breaking turnover from Reed Blankenship back in Week 3, and then last week, just a back-breaking coup field goal. Like it was like from like 50-some yards
58,
out.
58, I'm pretty sure.
58 yards out field
It
goal.
was a long field goal.
Yeah. Going into the Chiefs that have no Rashee Rice, no Marquise Brown, and no Isaiah Pacheco. And some defensive guys are out too.
But some of their defense is a little banged up too.
Yeah. So all in all, the Chiefs are so banged up, but they're still 4-0. It's still Mahomes. He's still Magic. He's still gonna like.
Yes, he is Magic. So that's why I'm picking the New Orleans Saints to upset them 20-17.
Wow.
I don't care if it's KC.
Knowing how the refs work and script writing is, I'm going to go with the Chiefs to still squeak out a win just because that's the plan. And the final score being 24-23. Chiefs are going to win with a Harrison Butker final field goal, probably because of a stupid flag that's going to get them in the field goal range. And they're going to win the game because of that. And if I am exactly right on that, you can quote me. So yeah, this.
But I think he's hoping that I'm right.
Oh yeah, every single time I'm choosing the Chiefs, I'm hoping if you go against the Chiefs, I'm hoping you're right. I'm willing to take a loss.
I always take the ballsy pick.
Yeah, if there's anybody I hate more than the Baltimore Ravens, it's the Kansas City Chiefs. So,
anyways, those are our picks, and hopefully we actually have a bounce back week with our picks.
Yeah, especially you because you went 5-11, so you need a bounce back.
I'd rather have a winning record in picks this week.
Yeah, so do I. Me and you haven't had one since week 2, so it's been pretty bad.
Anyways, those were our picks.
Yep, and please comment below what you want. You would like us to do. We're also trying to hit the 100 subscriber mark, so please hit that subscribe button. We would really appreciate it. We're trying to grow. And
as always, this is Luke.
And I'm Elijah. And we are the Eagles of Steel. Bye!